this video is going to teach us how to accomplish this pants with the pockets, the belt hole, the zip and everything. So just sit back and enjoy the video and watch it till the end. It's just a very simple step-by-step tutorial on how to make your pants in few minutes after cutting it. So please enjoy the video and watch till the end. So the first thing to do after cutting your pants, you get the front piece, the back piece, and you cut out your pocket. I have weaved my different piece already, so I'm working with the front piece first, the front part of the pants. I added my gum stay already. That's why I'm going to be fixing my pocket. I added my gum stay, so I'm going to measure 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, then 8 inches for the pocket, the normal 8 inches we used to use, 2.5 by 8 inches. You're going to put the gum stay on both sides, on the both sides obviously. So I'm measuring my 2.5 by 8 inches. The next thing I'm going to do is to bend them together like this. Just connect it like a side, this 8 inches to 2.5. Just trying to notch it. The 8 inches, you bend it like this, just like this. This is how it should look like. Then you sew on it. Just run a stitch down from that 2.5 inches to the 8 inches. This is the start of that curve the pocket used to have. So you run a stitch down. Cut off your thread, and the next thing, open it up like this. It should look like this. You add your pockets. It should look like this. Pocket, the right side facing the right side, the right side facing the right side. You run a stitch together on this end. After bending the sides, the 8 inches to 2.5, you run a stitch from with the pocket and the edge of the pants. So after running that stitch, the next thing you do is, at this point, you fold it like this. This part you just sew now, you're going to fold it like this, then run a stitch again on top this part. After that stitch, please watch this part very well. So you just fold it like this. That very first stitch we made the first time, that is where you're going to bend now, with the pockets going in. This is like you're going to bend everything in, just like the way we did the first time with the 2.5 and 8 inches. Then you sew again, make another stitch close to that one, like a double stitch kind of thing. The first one we did earlier was the first one, now it's going to be the second one, just side by side to each other. You fold it the same way with the pocket this time around. The other time was just the front piece, now it's together with the pocket. So it should look like this. Just cut out your threads, and then this is how it should look like. It's already coming into form little by little. So you open up the pockets like this, and now you can see this little flap on its own. You just sew that part you stitched the other time, so you sew it again this time around on the pocket. It's going to be on the pocket because the pocket is that small one at the right side. So you're going to sew this one again on the pocket, just like this. It's actually very simple. So after making that, you fold the pocket. You fold the pocket, the right side facing the right side, just like this. But after this stitch, if the folding wants to like confuse you, you just use, if you're cutting your pocket, there's this 1 inch you always leave at the side after getting your 8 inches. So you can just use that place to this side, yes, this place. You can just use that place to like get the accurate pocket curve like this. I like stitching from that side, so you just run a stitch again round to your pocket, to the other part, to the other side of the pocket rather, something like this. And I always like to make like a double stitch. So So if I run the first one, I like to run the second one. And after that stitch, we are done with our pocket. It is very easy if you just follow the steps. This is our pocket. So I just like to make this stitch just to hold them together. You measure your 2.5 inches like we did the first time, but this time around it's going to be on the pocket because we just made our pocket. Then you make a straight sewing just to hold it together while you are joining other parts of the trouser, because the band is still going to cover this part. So just make a stitch to hold it together with the pants. This is how easy it is to fix your pocket to your pants. So the next thing we're going to do now is to join the back to the front. You have to join the back, one side of the back to the front side. So I'm going to be joining the back part to this part, right side facing the right side, right side facing right side. So that, or you just make a straight stitch down. Please don't forget this. For this 8 inches is going to be with the pocket, then other part is going to be with the trouser. So right side facing right side, you join your back piece to the front. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to make this, you're going to make this same process of the pocket on the other side. I'm going to make my own and we'll come back to fix the zip. So now we'll be making the zip, we'll be joining our zip part. So I have my zip with me and the 2 ironed piece I'm going to be using. So I have ironed my trouser, I've made the second part of the pocket and everything. So this is the front part. You just place them right side to right side, and I'll be using a zip of 8 inches. Measure your 8 inches on this front part where the crotch is. You measure your 8 inches, then from that part you're going to sew it down to the end of the trouser like this. You can use 0.5 inch like this to the end. So I'm just going to sew it and I'm going to double stitch. So after stitching that, we're going to get this our piece for the zip. So I cut one in a straight way and I cut the other one in a curved part kind of. So the straight one is one I'm going to be working with, and it's going to be on the left side of the trouser, on the right side when the person wears it, but sewing it is on the left side. So you're going to position your zip the same way. This might look complicated, but look at it very well. This is how you're going to place your zip normally, but if you are sewing, you're going to turn it to the other side like this. You're going to turn it like this, then you place you fold this part into 2 like this, place it on top the zip exactly like this. Let the mouth of the weaving be at the edge. The 2 sides, the mouth of the weaving should be at the edge. I hope this is explanatory enough. So you just sew on the zip. Make sure your stitch is touching the zip, and if you finish sewing and it's not too close to the zip, you can restitch, but just make sure it is on your zip, just like this. It's not complicated. Place the zip like you want to fix your normal zip, then you turn it upside down. You place this one on it and you sew it. So this is how it's going to be like. If you're trying you're going to understand it better. This is how it's going to be like. So we're done with this side. We're going to move on to the other side, the left side. So for this part, I cut the piece like this. So it's this part where it is straight. You're going to place right side facing right side. Then you make your stitch. Right side facing right side. You make your stitch. So after sewing that, you just fold it like this and make like a double stitch on it. Then you sew it down. So after that, you just open it like this. Then the other part of the zip, you're going to sew it. Open up the place we just made a stitch on now. You're going to sew the other part of the zip on it, like the midpoint. You're going to sew it down. You're going to sew it straight down. So after that stitch, it's meant to look like this after. So you're just going to measure 1.5 or 1 inch from this part of this of the second part we just made a stitch on now, just to give that curve we used to have on our pants. So you're going to measure either 1.5 or 1 inch is your desired measurement you're going to use. So I'm going to be using 1 inch. You just measure it down like 1 inch, 1 inch. When you get to the bottom, close to the bottom part, like the end of the zip, you now make the curve. But from this place, it is just 1 inch. Then you make the curve like this. Just trying to trace it up. Then after that, you make your stitch and make sure the stitch is on this part under. Make sure that stitch is touching it, because that's what's meant to hold the zip. It is touching the under part of the zip allowance under. So after that, that is how simple it is to just make your zip. So now we've done the pockets, we've done the zip. They seem very easy, and they're actually very easy. So the next thing to do now is to join the back. It is very fast to make a pant, like very fast. After cutting, very fast. So now you just join the back sides together. So I have my belt holes. After that, after the zip, we join our band and our belt, making our belt hole. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I've joined my trousers together, the front and back. So now the next thing is to join the belt hole. So you're going to make your band like 2 inches longer than the main band. Then you're not going to start sewing from the tip, because that tip is going to use to turn up the band. Just watch as I'm going to do it now. You leave like 0.5 inch, then we start sewing. You're going to sew from the inside, not from the outside, because you're going to use the other part to come back to the front. One part has gum stay, the other part doesn't have gum stay. So it's the part without gum stay you are going to sew on from the inside. So I open my trouser and I'm sewing from the inside now. So after that, we're going to sew the turnover. We're going to turn it back to the out part, and we're going to join. We are going to add our belt. Oh, so back to this inch I said we should leave the other time. Now I'm going to just turn. You're going to turn it upside down like this. Then you sew this part like this. You're going to join them together like that. So when you bring it out, it's going to cover all the allowance and everything inside. You just turn it upside down, then you sew it. So now we're going to, after closing up this side, this is how it's going to look like, and we're going to sew it. We're going to do the finishing and add our belt holes to it. So you just start stitching from the beginning since we already closed it up together. So to add the belt holes, you're going to measure from the beginning to the waist mine is 10 inches, so just divide it by 2. If yours is 8 inches, whatever inches you get, divide it by 2. That midpoint, when you divide it, is the first place you're going to add your belt hole to. Divide it by 2. Mine is 10, so I'm going to be adding it to my 5 inches. Just put it underneath like this. So you're going to sew on top. You put the belt hole inside the band. So you're going to sew on top it like this. That is how you're going to do everything. All the sides, you're going to sew the belt hole inside the band like this. So after sewing everything, we're going to come back and show how you're going to do the final fixing of the belt hole. So you just keep sewing, and also when you get to all the points you want to put your belt hole, it depends on any amount of holes you want to make. Just keep putting them inside the band, just like that. So I'm done putting all my belt holes inside the band. This is how it's looking now inside the band. So the next thing you're going to do is just to make like a double stitch. You come underneath like this, just a little inch, let's say 0.3 inch. You come underneath a little, and then just make a notch. Just notch it a little bit, not on the band, a little bit under the band, like 0.3 inch under. Then just notch it a little bit. Then you fold it like this, fold it and put it at the beginning of the band, at the top of the band. Then you make another stitch, and that is how you're going to do everything. And we are done with our pants. This is all you need to know how to make a basic pant. You're going to repeat the same process throughout. After doing that, this is what our belt hole looks like. Very neat and okay. This is how it is. So you're going to make the same process with everything we put inside the band. You double stitch under like 0.3 inch, then you make another stitch at the top of the band. You're going to make the same process round till the end of the pants, and that is all we are going to do. Now we are done with our pants, and this is how it should look like after fixing your pocket, your belt hole, your zip. The next thing is just to add your hook for the band. Thanks for watching this video. If this video was helpful to you, please subscribe, like the video, share and drop a comment. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.